What's up, guys? We're back for another episode of the Misguided Misfits podcast. As always, it's your girls, Pebs,
And ISIS.
and we're back on Beyonce's internet to tell y'all don't mess with the queen, okay? When I tell you, I literally got into so many Facebook beefs over Beyonce and this country album shit, and I don't even, I'm not even, I wouldn't consider myself a member of the Beehive, but I like Beyonce. And it's getting out of hand. Like y'all getting on my nerves. I'm gonna need y'all to wrap this shit up. If I hear one more has been ass country artist say how they don't respect Beyonce or she didn't pay her dues, wrap this shit up by noon, okay? Like please. I'm over it. Y'all don't own shit. All y'all do is pillage from other cultures and make it to y'all own. And at the end of the day, if you don't like the album, don't listen to the album. It's a bunch of musicians who have albums that I'm just like, yeah, that third album was a little, you know what I'm saying? And like I was arguing with my cousin about it. She was like, they get to say how they feel about the album. And nobody is saying that you can't express your feelings about something. But if you're not giving somebody constructive criticism, then shut the fuck up at this point. So Beyonce decided at 3 a.m. to post y'all a video of her getting her natural uh B, what is it, B30? Is that the color?
Nah, she might be it might be 30. I always get 27 and 30 confused,
27
whichever
is a
one is
little bit
lighter.
more like a auburny. Yeah, 30 is blonde.
So it might be
27 is
30.
kind of like that brown ish,
Honestly,
reddish.
she was given 27, 30, and blonde mixed
Yeah,
together
yeah.
with how she
And
died.
she said, fuck y'all talking about, go buy y'all some sacred hair products. And I'm not mad at it. Because her
Bro,
hair definitely longer than mine.
bro. And people was just one lady was like, you can tell that she got a lace frontal on her head because
Girl,
they didn't in the video you don't see them going near the front of her hairline, and I'm like,
girl. First off, if you put water on that damn lace front and scrub it like they was scrubbing in that video and blow drying it like they was blow drying it in that video,
also the part that they did show when they was up there her front, you would see the lace.
yeah,
Like
like
lace frontals is only invisible on your hairline, but back here is still like
clockable.
is yeah. So I'm like,
Any woman that thinks that they out here wearing a lace front, I don't care if it's invisible, HD, whatever, whatever. If it's the 4x10, 4x8, we can see it. You look like you got a screen on your head. I don't care how good you bleach the knots. A wig is a wig. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Okay,
but
and it's okay.
my thing is that let's just say Beyonce did have lace on her edges. The back of her hair is still long.
And she had act like, bruh, I got patches in my shit because postpartum is postpartuming. Okay, that woman that had 4 pregnancies that we are aware of. No, no, she had, what was it? Did she have 16? It's 16 carriages. Ain't no way she had 16 pregnancies. That can't
No,
be
I
what she
don't
was
think
saying.
that's what that's talking about.
What?
She's had at least three because I think she had miscarriage before she had Blue Ivy that we know of.
But I think she had no, because it's some song where she was talking about how she was having all these miscarriages and he was out there fucking around. I can't remember what song it is. Look it up. She's had at least a few pregnancies, and even if you have a miscarriage, like your body sometimes still thinks that you're pregnant, so you're gonna go through a lot of the hormones and all that stuff. And hair loss is one of those things. But her hair look good. Like y'all just be hating.
My thing is that I think people forget that Beyonce is rich, wealthy at this point. It's beyond rich. Beyonce is
Yeah, we
very
got
wealthy,
generational wealth at this point.
and and her products probably are very amazing, but also she has the money to get her hair done on a consistent basis with these products. And
Mm-hmm.
I think people forget that you have to be consistent when you are dealing with your hair. And unless you have a medical condition where it just won't grow, you have to be consistent and diligent and take care of your
Yeah,
hair,
yeah.
because your hair will grow. Now, everybody, your genetics and stuff do play a factor, but your hair will grow. And I think and then my thing is that, like people were saying, don't nobody think about how Solange, her blood sister by mother and father, has a ton of hair on her head.
And don't nobody ever question Solange. She just like the a goddess ethereal. Like they literally both have a lot of hair on their head. Not only is their mother a licensed cosmetologist, well, she might not be licensed no more. It probably expired. But you don't forget the shit. Okay. My mother is also a licensed cosmetologist, and I don't know how to do nothing with no hair. So that's neither here nor there. But her mother was actively making sure she take care of her hair. Blue Ivy, her hair is
Yes,
long.
Blue Ivy has a lot of like. First of all, let's just, and I think maybe it's because her hair, she got, it's dyed. Obviously, like her whole head is dyed. Her, her, the parts that's not blonde definitely ain't coming out that brown color that she got at her roots. So I think maybe that's why people feel like it's not real. But I'm like, people grow just because you bald head at your house because you dyed your hair and didn't keep up with it, because that's the exact reason why I don't dye my hair no more, because I know how I am. It's cute and you keep up with it for that first 2 weeks or to a month, but then after
Hmm.
that, you don't want to detangle, you don't want to deep condition. You gotta do a lot to
Girl,
your hair when you dye it.
I am literally a product of not taking care of your blonde hair. For people who don't know, I had a large array of colors and cuts and lengths in my hair in my day. I've had it to the back, to the middle of my back, whatever. Once I hit 16, I cut my hair and it's been crazy ever since. And in college, I dyed my hair like platinum blonde, and I kept it blonde for a really long time. I did eventually dye it pink for breast cancer awareness for my stepmother. Um, and then after that, I dyed it because, and I'm gonna give y'all some tea. Back when I was in college, I had my hair dyed pink. I was a collegiate athlete. I'm gonna put an addendum in this. There's no rules about like what color hair we could have or whatever. And a lot of my white counterparts from other schools had their hair all different colors. We in college, you experiment, you having fun or whatever. And for me, I dyed my hair for my stepmother who was battling cancer, right? So I dyed it pink for breast cancer awareness. And my coach pulled me to the side, and it's been years now, I'm kind of over it, but she pulled me to the side and was like, hey, some of the other coaches are saying something about your hair, and you need to basically dye it back to like a natural color or whatever. And it kind of pissed me off. I have a lot of trauma from that time period that I don't feel like hashing out on the podcast, of course. But anybody that knows me knows like how bad of a depression that I was in during that time. But anyway, it kind of really pissed me off, and I think that's probably why I go so hard for like people, like with the country album, with people expressing themselves however they want to, because I feel like people have a stigma when it comes to black people. Like when you see white women and they have rainbow hair, they have all of this stuff going on, no one says, "Oh, where do they work?" or "Is that really their hair?" Like they don't say any of those things. But for black women, is that your real hair? Because we've been conditioned to believe that black women can't grow their hair when really we the originators of this shit. We just have like shrinkage, and we do a lot of protective styles because it's a lot to maintain that state of hair or whatever. But at the end of the day, black people can grow hair, white women wear extensions. Let's move on about our day. Okay? Like I'm so over the whole idea that black women can't have long hair. Like I know a lot of women that have really long hair. Is that for me? Absolutely not. I think I'm gonna keep my hair clean shaven for a good bit because it's so freeing. I don't have to read booking sites. I don't have to come with my hair. Like, I just don't have to deal with any of that.
Bruh.
But shout out to Beyonce. Keep
Yeah,
doing your
and
thing.
y'all just
Keep
stop
making
being
these people
mad because
mad.
y'all bald head. It's
Girl,
okay.
because that's the problem.
That's really what the issue and the problem is that for one, people just don't like Beyonce for their own whatever reason why they don't like Beyonce, and also people are envious of things that they cannot have or achieve or
Yes,
don't have in their
yes,
life. So,
yes.
bro, hey, just it's okay. And Beyonce lives a different type of lifestyle than we do. I'm pretty sure she's eating plenty of fruits and vegetables. That
Yeah,
all
I
that
think
goes
she's like a hardcore vegan. Like
all that
it's
stuff
one of them
goes
like a,
into the growth of your hair and like
yeah,
the
that's true.
well-being of your body. Like,
Yeah, I seen like what she eats in a day and I wanted to cry. And this is coming from somebody who has the meat sweats because they just ate McDonald's. But I eat pretty healthy, like normally. Oh, I just didn't feel like cooking dinner tonight. But I'm one of those people that literally grows their own food, and I still, that vegan lifestyle is not for
but
me.
she probably used to it by now. Beyonce in her 40s. They don't tell her how long she been a vegan. Also, she got somebody cooking that stuff for
Yeah,
her
I think that's the
and making it taste
problem.
good.
If I had somebody to cook, like I remember me and my mother were talking about like what is something like if once you make it to a certain point that you don't want to do yours for yourself and that you want to pay somebody. And for me, it's cooking, cleaning, and driving. Those are the three things that I want to be able to have a service. And I'm not saying like cleaning, like I want them to clean my house like crazy, but like just in between, kind of like what Jackie Ina does, where she has a maid come 3 times a week or whatever, and then you clean up in between those sessions. Like that's what I'm picturing for my life. So we need you guys to like and follow and share this podcast so I can have that life that I always envision for myself. But back to people being mad about things that they haven't achieved and or could never achieve. So I don't know if you guys know this, but Reggie Bush had a Heisman. They terminated his like honestly, I hate the idea of you got a trophy and then they what's it called? Like they took it away. Like I don't understand that idea. Kind of like with the Miss America, how they can be like, you won, but put a little asterisk.
Yeah, especially when it's been publicized. I could see if it was something like behind the scenes and then it changed when they made the announcement. But this was it's a public thing. Like, we not gonna forget that he won
That he
that Heisman.
won. Exactly. So basically, if you're not a sports fan, this is our coming from like a half sports fan and a non-sports fan. This is just a synopsis of what happened. Basically, Reggie Bush was a Heisman winning football player. And they found out, which it wasn't a secret, that he received money from like the school and or whatever for him to play, which literally everybody did back in the day because there was no NIL like they have now where these athletes are actually able to profit on their own names. But the schools, like you think about Alabama, you think that old buddy wasn't giving them black boys cars and everything else to play for his team? They were.
Because
And I
I'm gonna
think
tell y'all right now, if Alabama State University, no, University of Alabama, my bad, not Alabama State, University of Alabama. When you go there, just even if just passing, it's the whitest of the whitest of the white that you can get. And if my black son got approached by Nick Saban talking about, I want you to come to my very white school, you're gonna have to offer me. And I know
exactly.
they're a great football team, but also this is in Alabama.
And but they need your kids. At the end of the day, they want these kids to come play for them, so they're willing to do whatever. They getting. My dad was a collegiate athlete, and he told me like, "Yo, this is what they was doing back in the day." And this is coming from somebody who was on the path of going to the league. He was like, "Yo, look, this is what they do," and I think it's really bogus for you to be like, oh, everybody's doing it, but now that it's public, we have to pretend like we give a fuck and to take your trophy away. So what I will say, um, it's another football player, Johnny Manziel, who my best friend Leah used to be like obsessed with. And when she hears this, she's probably gonna be like, "Oh my god, that was so long ago." But anyway, Johnny Manziel got a lot of respect for me because he was one of the people who were advocating for Reggie Bush to get his Heisman back because he said himself that he was receiving funds from the schools or whatever to play. He also said what they did for him is that his father ended up getting a job with the school that he was playing for. So they putting extra little bonuses on your daddy check. But we know for real what it is. And it's people like, I seen a post, it pissed me off so bad. The dude was like, well, I got a speeding ticket last month, but now they changed the speed limit. Do you think I can go back and get that speeding ticket overturned? That's
But
not
my thing is that it's not a case of he was using performance enhancement drugs to
right.
play like the way he was playing. Like,
Exactly.
whether
He
they was
was
giving him money or not, he's still a good player. Like,
and
he was
he
still,
earned that with his skill.
yeah.
Like I'm exactly what I just said. It's not like him getting money from the school made him play better. He was already a talented individual or whatever, and he deserved that. And if you better punish everybody then.
Yeah, I about to say rules are rules, but you got to follow up with everybody then.
Exactly. Keep that same energy for every person that has put on a pair of cleats. And then, honestly, if you really think about how much millions of dollars that these schools are making off the names of these kids, like we don't talk about it a lot. Like technically, you're an adult in college, but you're still not really an adult for real. We just not getting out of off our mama's teeth if we really being real about it. And these schools are making millions, hundreds of millions of dollars off of the names of these kids, which is why I'm sad that the NIL didn't happen during my collegiate run. Not saying I was like the best bowler ever or whatever, but I'm sure I could have got me a brand deal here and there. But especially being the first African American person on the University of Alabama at Birmingham's team, look it up. But I really think that it's amazing that these people are able to benefit off their names now, so we don't have to worry about having another situation because they should make money off their names.
Yeah, because not everybody wants to go to the league. I mean, most
Exactly.
people, of course, that's probably the ultimate goal. But sometimes you just like to play football or basketball or whatever. You want to
And
go
you
to
want to
school
pay
for
for college.
free. And, you want to live your life as a regular person. But if you're a great player, but you don't want to go to the league, like these people making all this money off you and then you don't get nothing from that.
Exactly. And I really feel like I'm so happy that that they were able to do that. I'm super proud of him. I feel like it's been a long time coming. So, shout out to him for getting his Heisman back. But I'm trying to figure out, like, is it like get back season? I know that Cat Williams said that everybody was the truth is gonna be revealed or whatever. But it's been a crazy time for people snitching, not snitching, but like saying something that happened or telling secrets or whatever. So apparently, our hot girl coach allegedly is under fire from somebody who used to work for her that said that he was. I don't like the
Her
term
photographer.
like I really feel like they use the term like abuse very loosely now. Cause can we get a better legal term for abuse? But apparently, he says that it was a toxic work environment because he was having to watch her perform sexual acts or something. And I'm gonna tell y'all right now, if Meg the Stallion said, "Do you want to watch me perform this sexual act?" I'm just gonna keep it 100% with y'all. I'm watching it. And I know god dang on well he was watching it. Allegedly.
Because apparently, wasn't it like supposed to be her and another girl or something
That
like that?
that was his dream. Is he upset that she didn't ask him to join in?
I think that's what really be the problem. Because, first of all, let's be clear. If that is something that did happen, that is wrong. You know, you can't force somebody to be watching you have.
I guess his
That's
legs didn't
your
work.
that's your employee. But as adults, when we get jobs, and I get it, when you in the entertainment business and you providing services for these entertainers, you want to keep, Meg Thee Stallion is hot right now. She taking pictures here, there, everywhere. You getting paid well, da da this and that. But at some point, y'all have to keep y'all's dignity about yourself and
That's
your
what I'm
morals
saying.
and
Like,
values. And if you felt uncomfortable with her, quote unquote, forcing you to stay there, you're a grown man and you're more than capable of overpowering these women in this situation. Not like aggressively, but nobody is can't force you to do nothing you don't want to do.
and I don't know if anybody has ever had sex or watched someone have sex, but if those two, let's just say that he was in there, and this is all alleged. If she really did force him to stay there, he was uncomfortable. I feel bad for him. But if I'm performing a sexual act with a woman, which I have never done, I'm assuming that you're going to be in whatever moment that you're having with said person. There's going to be a moment in time where I'm not paying attention to the people that are in the room. Correct me if I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I wasn't there.
Or it
But
might have been like a joke or something. She was like, "Oh, you want to watch it?" It could have been anything.
but also too, can y'all please just say stuff in the moment when it's happening? Don't wait until maybe he had NDA. I don't know. But can we normalize saying and leaving situations? Don't continue to, like, if you said this happened to you and and it's unfortunate if it did, but then you continue to work for that same person for a number of months after. You know, if that could have, if I was uncomfortable, that just would have been my last day.
Yeah,
You know
because
what I'm saying?
if you're good at your job, you can find you another job.
And maybe he thought that she was gonna blackball him or whatever, which still could be the case. So whether you speak up now or later, she still could have the same outcome in terms of
I'm
your
just
career.
saying, it's a lot of things that we do at our jobs that we might not like or agree with, but something like yo boss saying, "Oh, watch me have sex with somebody," there's no amount of forcing in you that or for but from them that's gonna make you be like, I feel like no, you finna be like,
Get the
what?
fuck out of my room, my way. I'm
Like,
finna leave.
yeah, and I'm calling HR and I report you. Like, what?
Like you could literally be like, hey, I don't really feel comfortable with this. Y'all go ahead and have fun. But again, if I'm me right now and Meg the Stallion says, hey, I'm finna get crack a lacking right now. Do you want to stay up in here? I'm gonna just have to pray for my sins after, cause
Or
I'm
maybe
gonna.
she wanted him to take pictures or something. Of,
Oh, maybe.
but then again, you could still be like, girl, no, this is not a part of my contract. This is not what I'm doing.
Yeah, maybe. But also, can we stop taking pictures when we doing stuff that we don't want nobody to know about? Like maybe she did, she didn't care if it got out, but I don't know. Hopefully the situation isn't true. But sometimes you hear like these allegations and you like I'm not saying that Diddy did it, but when I hear those allegations, I'm kind of like, hmm. But this one, like, I just don't like when people dogpile on somebody. Like,
Yeah, it's kind of getting ridiculous at this point. It's just kind of like, bro, we get y'all don't like her. Fine. You don't have to listen to her music. You don't have to. Well, she everywhere. I don't know what to tell you about that. She all over social media, so I don't know if you're a social media person. I don't know to tell you, but I don't know. Like,
yeah, honestly though, but you can, especially on, I know on the tickety talk, you can put in, because I had to do it for myself, because I was seeing a lot of like infant stuff happening to kids, and I had put in my little search engine like to not have that stuff come up on my page because it was literally right after I had page, and it was like every child thing that could happen bad to a child was on my social media, and I had to get that up off of there. So there's ways, and you don't have to be on social media, honestly, but I really feel like I don't. The story just ain't adding up to me. I don't understand how you could even be propositioned for that. Again, I've never experienced anything like that, so maybe that's deep into the world, and I'm just
I
like,
mean, I can get how because Megan Thee Stallion seemed like a freaky freak. So I can see, but it's the matter of your response to the situation.
yeah, I guess,
And
but
I
I don't know.
get,
There's so many allegations that's coming out that I'm like, I don't know what to believe. And the internet is one of the best and worst places in terms of fake news. Like I see so many people posting the whole. I seen somebody post a picture of Tamara Mowry, right? With a caption that says, I hate that I ended my marriage and I miss my husband, or blah, blah, blah. And so people were like, oh my God, I didn't know she got a divorce. Not only has she not gotten a divorce, people are like, oh, well, that's her sister. Her sister said that. Not only was the picture of Tamara the wrong twin, the other sister had never even said that. So y'all just be posting stuff, and AI got y'all in a chokehold. Like literally, y'all will see a picture of some shit, and AI pictures look like AI pictures, okay? And they be like, I've seen it on the internet and blah blah blah. Like, please, it's like I don't have to tell. I be trying to not put everybody on blast that I see on my social media because y'all just be sharing articles. Sometimes I seen one. It was an article. When you click it, it literally was like, "Ha ha, this is not real." All you had to do was click the article, and you would know that it said that this was fake news. But you didn't even click the article or whatever because you giving them shares and you giving them millions of dollars to post their fake news. And also, I seen somebody on our social media, somebody that I really, really thought had better like mental. He's like, I just can't wait till Trump is president again because I guess like people are posting that you can identify as a season, as a gender or something. Which
I just seen that today.
I'm like, first off, y'all just believe anything. Like anything y'all post on and maybe somebody said that and y'all just ran with it. The news, but I really just want y'all to do y'all due diligence when y'all looking at this type of stuff. And even with us, like I always tell y'all that Google is free and to look this stuff up because sometimes we see stuff and it may or may not be,
And what's
you
so
know.
crazy is that some of this stuff that be coming out about trans and gay people is probably trans and gay people trolling the world. Like they probably just be like,
Let's just say some crazy shit just to.
bro.
But if you really, really are friends and know people in that community, like they just be regular people. But of
They
course,
do,
they
bro.
be
Because
some
I
of the
love
nicest,
T.S.
sweetest.
Madison.
Oh my gosh, she's one of my favorite people on the planet. Like literally, she's so hilarious.
I don't know her. That kind of came out wrong, but
Yeah, of course, we don't know T.S. Madison. We would love to, come on the pod if we ever get to that point in life. We can remember this moment that we love T.S. Madison. But again, please just do your research when it comes to allegations and stuff like that because it's a lot of stuff on the internet that is not real. And especially now with technology, you can make anything seem real. But I hope that the allegation that I heard about Jeezy and Jenny Mai is not true. But apparently, there are some court documents. I'm not a lawyer, so I'm not going to, know about their authenticity or anything. But apparently, Jenny Mai is accusing Jeezy of abuse, not only physical but verbal, allegedly. And there was some incidents with child endangerment where there was guns around the house, and there's some parts of the story that just seem too detailed to be false. And again, this is all allegedly. I'm hoping peace for both of them. I hate seeing families break up and all that. But number one, I think it's a testament to just slow down sometimes. I think a lot of times when you're dating somebody, we get caught up in the fantasy, the the whining and dining or whatever. And my mom always used to tell me, like, they say, like, don't live with the person before you marry them. Don't have sex with them before you marry them. If that's your culture, your religious background, that's perfectly fine. But like, it's certain things that you have to experience with a person before you get married to them. Because imagine you didn't live with your boyfriend or whatever before y'all got married, and then you realize he's a fucking slob, or you realize he's disgusting, or you realize that he don't have any home skills, or you marry your husband and then now he got a little pee and he can't satisfy you sexually, and you stuck with him for the rest of your life. Like, just think about that. And sex is an important part, but I digress from the whole Jenny Ma situation. I really think that they had like this whirlwind romance or whatever, and I genuinely think that they weren't compatible for each other. And not just because cultural differences or whatever, because that's something that you can grow in and teach each other or whatever. But first off, she explicitly said that she would never date a black person. She would never have kids. Like, there was a lot of things where I was just like, oh, she probably shouldn't say that or whatever, whatever. It was a lot of little iffy things or whatever.
I don't know if she said never, but she definitely said that or implied that
She wouldn't marry them, and it's just something
um
for.
yeah, like she would a black man would be like her side piece type of situation.
Yeah, like, I want you for your meat, but not for your relationship or whatever. And also, too, there's certain things where I'm just like, I can see him saying or doing that or whatever. And again, these are two people I don't know them from a can of paint, but a lot of the stuff I was just like, mm. And then I think too, she was really, really quiet early on. Like, she was like, okay, we're getting a divorce. I thought it was just gonna be a bing bang boom and we move on about our life. But then I feel like Jeezy went on this like hate tour, like doing interviews and talking about it and or whatever. And I don't like that at all. Like, if y'all not gonna be together or whatever, say, hey, we grew apart, especially if you know that she know dirt
But
or whatever.
especially when you the one that filed for like divorce, like,
You
and
shouldn't have. And then
apparently allegedly she didn't know nothing about it. So it's kind of like, not only are you blindsided me with this divorce, but now you going and talking and basically kind of implying without implying that I'm obviously you implying because you divorcing me, but you know,
that I'm the problem, and then to file for custody. Like, I need men to be for real with themselves. Like, y'all not really trying to have full custody of y'all children. Y'all really not. Most of y'all don't even know what kind of food your kids like,
bro,
what they
that's probably the
favorite.
straw that broke the camel's back.
Yeah, I
'Cause
think that's when she said, "Oh no, you coming for my child? I'm finna air this bitch out." Because there, and I honestly, I know of some amazing single fathers, my grandfather and my husband included. But sometimes men don't understand all that it goes into taking care of a kid. Like, I literally seen the post where the dude was like, he wanted full custody of the baby. She said, "Bet, here you go. Now you calling me every day." You said you wanted full custody because y'all don't be want to pay child support. But
especially because Jeezy still be doing club performances. Like
do
he
he?
still be going to like like, not saying like Jeezy is like a has been or whatever, but he still do like a lot of late night type of stuff,
Mm,
like performances and stuff like that. Like,
he
and
should
his
have
baby,
diversified those funds.
was she like two,
Yeah,
two?
she knew.
She's still young. Like, you can't have full custody of your baby and then still be doing all this late night stuff and think that
Mm-hmm.
that's gonna work.
Yeah, but I'm glad that he withdrew that real quick when she said she probably sent him a screenshot of some. If she had screenshots of messages, allegedly of things that he said, that he grabbed her and bruised her arm and all type of shit. Like, I just really hope that none of it's true, and if it is true, I hope that they both get the healing that they truly, truly deserve. Um, and move forward and be the best that they can be for the child. Because at the end of the day, that's the most important thing right now, is the baby. And I just hate seeing the downfall of so many people that I don't know. I don't know why I'm so emotionally invested, but I just really hated hearing about that. And I pray for both of them. And I also want to know, like, I get that celebrities are living a life that sometimes isn't true. Like you, there's a lot of people that you watch and you think that they have money and they have all this stuff, but in reality they not, and they still like connected to the old school life that they used to have. But I'm trying to figure out what's up with Suki because she was like my ghetto best friend, and
What
I
did she get
seen that
arrested for again? Drugs?
drugs, and not only drugs, but allegedly with the intent to distribute. So if you have that, like you have to have a lot of drugs on you for them to say that you're trying to distribute the
And you're
drugs.
surprised by this?
ISIS, I'm trying to give these people some grace. Okay, I thought that she left that behind her.
No, she ain't that famous. You act like she went from that to Cardi B level. Girl, I still gotta get this money, okay?
I guess, but she needs to meet with Jeezy and go to the club performances then. Like, y'all got too much to lose to be still trying to be hood adjacent.
You know what? And it probably is a man that's the reason why she was smuggling all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever man she dealing with.
And Lord, like women, I ain't putting no drugs in my booty hole. I'm not putting no gun in my purse. I'm not doing none of that. Because as soon as you get locked up, they going to be like, just hold it down. I got you. I put some money on your books. Just don't say
Bro,
nothing.
men are the biggest liars. That's the biggest scam of our entire existence. Is
Bro.
is me is I don't want to
Yeah.
say men because there are some really great men out there, but bro, the I don't even know what to say.
I definitely
As
feel like
somebody who
if
would eventually like to be in a relationship with a man, I don't want to dog all y'all and think I'm some bitter Betty. But the examples that we have out here is not looking good for y'all. Like, how am I
yeah,
really supposed to be going into meeting new people without thinking the absolute worst to begin with?
yeah. Honestly, I thank the Lord every day that I'm a housewife. I'm not a housewife though. I wish. No, actually, I don't think I want to be a housewife. That's stressful. Because at any moment, like, what do you do, like, when they die or something? Like, I seen so many people that their husband was, like, the breadwinner or whatever. Then he died. They don't know the passwords to the bank accounts. They
The
don't know
fact
the
that that's still
bills.
happening in 2024 is crazy. I'm not
Yeah,
saying that you can at least y'all can at least have a book together that's like passwords, account numbers, where this
yeah,
is, where that is. You still don't have to deal with paying the bills or whatever, but at least if something happen, you gotta know what to do. You just can't walk into these places and well, some places you can walk into them and be like, I'm
yeah,
this.
this my address. Yeah,
Yeah. But your name gotta be on the stuff.
yeah. That, just make sure you got all your shit in order because it's crazy out here. And I do think that there's um align with this new generation. Like I really feel like a lot of men don't like women. And not from like you're gay or whatever, but like you don't genuinely enjoy the company of a woman. You may want to have sex and sleep with women, but I don't think that a lot of men actually like women and like being around them. Cause some of the stuff they be saying, I'd be like, they're like, yeah, I want my woman to do this and blah 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 or whatever. And you'd be like,
Are we really that bad? Like, I know we don't have to have a whole conversation about that because it's kind of a deep thing, but it's just listening to that. It's like, are women really, and don't get me wrong, like, I'm not going to sit here and act like women are just the epitome of whatever. I'm not putting us on this high pedestal that nobody can ever reach, but it's just kind of like, are women really that bad? Like, we hold y'all down. We deal with
fact,
y'all BS. Like,
facts.
we basically it's a lot of women out here that will build a man up from the bottom, the ground. He ain't got
Facts.
nothing, and now he didn't got with her. He got a degree, he got a good job, he got all his teeth in his mouth, he got
Girl.
a haircut, like nice clothes, and just dog these women out that has been by their side. And whether that's a girlfriend, a wife, a sister, a mother, like we as women, and especially black women, I don't know what the white women do, but I'm gonna be honest with you. From what I see for white women, they don't give a fuck about your ass. If you
Bruh,
can't
they'll leave
benefit,
your ass
if
high
you
and
can't
dry.
benefit them, then on to the next. So I can only speak. That's just from some of the stuff that I've heard and seen, you know. But again, I'm not white. I don't know what they do over there. But as black women, we are loyal to a fault, and it's to our own detriment. But we are just so loyal to our men, black men, white men, whatever. But especially black men, we are so loyal to y'all, and for y'all to just sit and dog us, how y'all be doing is like the craziest thing ever. Because y'all don't open up y'all eyes and see that this woman that you dealing with, she was crazy when you met her, because that's what you got with her
Facts.
for. To be honest, let's
They
be
love
real.
it.
Let's be real. She was crazy when you met her, and that's what you like. And now, cause you wanted the raw dog or whatever, she didn't. Now you stuck with her for 18 plus years, and now she the worst possible decision of your life, and da da da. She ain't nothing, da da this and that. Well, if you gonna come at me with that energy, guess what energy I'm gonna give you?
Mm-hmm.
If you want me to be your worst enemy, guess what? Let's go toe to toe.
And I
But
just
it's
feel
just
like
like,
it's
are we
sad.
really that bad? Can we really just be that bad?
I don't know, because honestly, I feel like it's just a matter of who and what. Because even the women who, like, they don't really, like, I don't want to be friends with them or whatever, but I feel like I've met some really dope ass women. And I'm like, y'all rather stay in the crib with y'all homeboys stanking than to just give women basic decency. And I
And
really
that's
think,
another thing. We don't even ask for much. Like, there's so much that we could ask for, and we ask for the bare minimum from y'all.
mm-hmm,
The barest of the bare minimum.
like, just remember my birthday. Put
Bro,
the seat down.
bro,
Put gas, bro. If you put gas in my car without me asking,
bro,
panties is off. Okay.
bro.
If you say, "Hey, I noticed that we was out of milk, so I picked it up," panties is off. And like I seen this interview with Tank and Charlemagne, who y'all know is one of my favorite people, and he basically was like, "Men need to fall back in love with the pussy," and y'all went into a uproar saying we ain't doing that. All he said was you gotta love your woman and fall back in love with her body. And y'all told him he was gay. What? I don't understand. When a man love a woman, he gay.
Bro, I didn't think that.
Girl, and
I
apparently there
thought
was
y'all
some gay
claimed.
rumors,
I thought y'all claimed y'all love the pussy. Y'all just
bruh.
love it
From
so
my
bad.
experience, I haven't met somebody who really just, and maybe my body is broken. I don't know. But I was resonated with what Tank was saying because I was like, I wish somebody, because that don't do it, don't whatever. That's personal, but that don't do nothing for me. Maybe it's something wrong with me. I don't know. ISIS says it is, but I feel like men who be like another man who is loving on a woman is gay. It's something wrong with y'all. Because like the Tanks, the hate that Russell Wilson gets just for existing is insane to
Bro,
me.
for
Like y'all
loving just
mad.
loving his wife.
Y'all be so angry when black women get some love. I don't understand. Like, why do y'all hate women so
And if
much?
you ask me, they have several examples of him getting the cooch on a regular basis. They got
Bruh, because
3 kids together.
and imagine him being on a professional athlete that's traveling all the time and he still got time
Bro,
to
to knock
wine and
her
dine
up.
his wife and
If
freak on her.
Sierra get pregnant one more time, she gonna have to get
Bruh, I
her
seen a
uterus to shrink.
video. There's a video of him and Sierra at like a gala. Remember when she had on that cream color? It was like a caramel color latex looking dress.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, I can't wait to get you home. And she like, nigga, we on camera. He like, I don't care. I'm finna freak you. I think she ended up pregnant right after that. That
Bro.
probably was the night. Like, I feel like we gotta fall back in love with each other and enjoy each other's company. Like, I was telling Ro the other day that I really feel like I enjoy his company. Like, do he get on my nerves sometimes? Sure. Do I get on his nerves? Most definitely. But I feel like you have to like your person as a person first, and then you can kind of grow and grow. And it's
I
not
think
gonna
that's the
always be perfect.
problem is
But
that
I,
people on both sides, men and women, you're so in love with the idea of being with somebody
yeah,
that you
yeah.
just put anybody in that place instead of and this is coming from experience. This is not just coming from me just saying anything, but coming from experiences that you love the idea of being with somebody and having this fantasy of what it's like that you just place anybody in there
Hmm.
instead of actually doing the extras needed work and steps to make sure that this is the person that
And I,
this puzzle piece actually fits and you just not jammed it in
yes, exactly. And
to
two,
fit.
I think that sometimes we get so caught up in time. Like, oh, I've been with this person for 6 months. I've been with them for 9 months, 9 years, 10 years, 15 years. Every part of your journey you shed, like we shed our skin literally every 3 months or whatever, or however long. This is Misguided Misfits, so if I tell y'all some scientifically wrong shit, look it up yourselves. But basically you become a new person every so many years, and I feel like it's our job and our as a person that's in love with another person, it is to fall in love with whatever stage that person is in.
And if you don't, that's okay, but that's something that you need to communicate, like
Hmm.
communicate about that. That's if people grow apart, that's sometimes
That's
it
true.
happens in life and it's just if it's not fitting anymore, then it's gonna be a hard conversation, but it's a conversation you gotta have. Like if the way this person is going in their life, you don't think that's something that you could accept and love, then it's okay to be like, hey, this not working for me. Either we can kind of fix it, or if not, then it is what it is. Like,
And that is totally okay.
bro, it's people getting married at 80 years old, finding love at 80.
I'm
Like,
telling you, my in laws got remarried at 80, and it's so beautiful to see them together, like after all those years apart or whatever. And my father in law is one of the most funniest people that I ever know. And he still be like, yeah, I
bro,
can't wait to get you home. And I'll be like, sir, you are 84 years old. What are you talking
have
about?
you discussed your famous
I
father?
don't know if I said I told no. I was talking to my boss and I was telling her that my father-in-law was on wife swap, and this was during his intermediate marriage in between him getting back with my mother-in-law. And when I tell you, I think it's like season 4, episode 1, or season 3, episode 1, whatever. Look it up. He is literally one of the funniest people, and
Bro,
exactly how he was acting on the show is exactly how he acts in real life,
bro, and what makes it funnier is that her father-in-law and her husband are basically the same person. They
bruh.
look exact like when her husband gets to that age, that's what he's gonna look like. And they act exactly the same. So that made it even funnier. Like her father in law is funny, but what made it even funnier is that I know this is what her husband is gonna be like as he gets older and they get older, and it was just the funniest thing ever. Also, him and that wife, that the wife that he got swapped with, the one, hey, if he wasn't married, he might have, or neither one of them was married.
Yeah, because they
They,
ended up liking each other after. Like
yeah,
they
they
got
liked
cool.
each other already. I said, well, jumper bones on the TV then. What
I
we
kid
doing here?
not. It was a lot of them that I was watching, and like they kind of like was giving me they like the person that they with or whatever, like the person they got swapped with after a while. But I seen one where apparently the son ended up killing his mom, and they was on wife swap. Y'all look that up. I was watching the whole thing where the son he was on wife swap, where his family was on wife swap, and he ends up killing his mother. And it
Mm,
was basically like his mama wanted him to get a job or something, and he didn't want to get a job. Like that is not a reason to kill your mom, but
that
whatever.
sound like some other people type stuff. I don't want to say
You
it and be racist, but you know.
you know that was exactly what they was, but you know again, R.I.P. to the lady whose name I can't remember, but he definitely was like, I'm tired of this. Got to get you up on out of here. But I think that we're gonna do something super fun this episode. I know we were super deep and emotional and giving you guys life advice. So we wanted to end this with instead of a am I the asshole like we normally do, we're gonna switch it up and we're gonna do rankings for a little bit. So this time we're doing top 10 90s cartoons. And when I tell you guys this was so effing difficult for me to narrow down the people that I wanted to put on the list because there was a lot of shows that came out in like 1999, like barely on the cusp of 90 shows, and I wasn't sure if that was like, can you really consider it a 90 show? Is it more of a 2000 show? And we had some bangers. Like they do not make animation, cartoons, like kids shows is YouTube now. Like the only good, really good kid show that they got right now is Blip. Not no, Blippy ain't even a key on YouTube. So I would say like Bluey is top tier right now. Um, what other shows do kids watch?
Um, Bluey, I know for sure, but that's but starting to slowly become adults watching that. Um,
Yeah,
but not mostly streaming stuff. Miss Rachel.
yeah.
What's the other girl? The black
Uh,
girl name?
Gracie's Corner.
Gracie's Corner. I
I
think they
just
might still
seen.
watch Doc McStuffins.
Okay. I
Um,
have seen. What's the other one? Paw Patrol. I
I
seen
about to say I
that.
think people they still do Paw Patrol.
But I will say there was a Disney show that I really liked. Me as an adult, it was like Star versus the Universe. And if you guys haven't watched that show, I really liked that show. And this is coming from an adult who likes to watch cartoon shows, and not just any cartoons. I like cartoons that are kind of geared towards like intelligent cartoons, if that makes sense. Because some cartoons just be too kiddie. But I really like that show. It was pretty good. But I'm gonna let Isis start up first so I can get my list together. I'm hoping that we don't have too many of the same picks, so I can so I don't have to narrow it down, but I'm gonna keep track of what we have and we're gonna post it on our social media and you can tell us if we did a good job. You should tell us if we missed your favorite 90s show. You let us know in the comments on all social media at Misguided Misfits Pod. Let us know your top 90s cartoons. So with
To
the
start,
first round pick, what you picking?
so more than likely this is one that you had, but the first one that I put on here was Rugrats.
Okay, Rugrats was my that was my second pick. It wasn't my first pick. I think I have some spoilers on here, some like some deep cut 90 shows. So with my first pick, I'm going with Our Real Monsters. And
Oh
I don't
yeah, I
know
remember that show.
if guys, first off, this is showing how like my personality, the alternative vibe. I loved All Real Monsters. Like I feel like that was for like the weirdo kids. I
That's
don't
the
know.
one with a little red thing had the
Yeah, she
eyeballs on
had the
the end.
yep, yep. I love that show. And I'm also going with shows that have rewatchability. So most of the shows on my list are shows that I have rewatched as an adult and they still hit the same. So with my second pick, with the second pick of the draft, I'm going with Our Real Monsters. What's your third pick of the draft, Ice?
All right. So mine's is Recess.
That was on mine. That was on my
Bro, I
list.
loved me some Recess. My mama loved Recess. I loved Recess the movie. Like, Recess was my jam.
Yes, Recess. People sleep on Recess because I think that like came on one of those like the regular channels, and then I think eventually Nickelodeon started playing some episodes. But Recess was a jam. I had that one on my list too. I really liked Recess. Okay, for my my second pick, I'm going. Oh, hold on. I don't know. I think I'm gonna say that pick for later. I'm gonna go Wild Thornberries.
Oh, yeah, Wild Thorn Theories was good.
Yeah, and that was I didn't realize when I was doing the research for this, like how most of these shows we most likely watch as reruns because some of these shows we were
Yeah,
born
came
in '92.
19, yeah, like 1997. Like,
Like, was we really watching this, or did we just watch reruns and fall in love with the show? But Wild Thornberries is amazing. If you like the rewatchability of that show is still pretty spot on. So with number five, what we got?
so Powerpuff Girls was my next one.
Powerpuff Girls is on my list too. That is even the reboot of Powerpuff Girls was
Bruh,
pretty decent.
sugar, spice, everything nice. These were the three ingredients to create the perfect little girls.
And I think Powerpuff Girls, when you think about the culture, they still have
Yeah,
a lot of cultural impact right now.
yeah. People still dress up as the Powerpuff Girls for Halloween.
We definitely, me, Leah, and MD dressed up for them as Halloween a few years ago, and
Also,
it
three very relatable personalities. Also,
because I really feel like Isis is a Bubbles personality, and of course I'm a Buttercup personality. So you
yeah,
can
I'm
do with
definitely
that what you may.
Bubbles. She's always smiling and grinning, but when she got mad, whatever that episode was, when she went on that rampage,
Yeah,
boy.
that's definitely a good pick. I had that one on my list. Okay, so I'm finna tear the game up with this one. Okay, I'm going Daria as my top pick of the '90s. Okay, Daria was the shiznai. Okay, and I really feel like if you think about 90s cartoons, this was more like teenagers or more watching this, and the rewatchability of Daria and the cultural impact of all y'all emo kids dressing up as Daria even now and dressing up as Jane. Like, I was obsessed because her personality kind of matches my personality. Like, we both hate people, smart, funny, like just love Daria to this day. That is going on number six of the top 10. So now we get down to the nitty gritty. I'm running out of picks, and you've already had a couple of my picks on the list, so I'm running out of room. I think my last pick is going to be very surprising.
All
But
right,
go ahead
so
with number seven.
my list is really showing who I am as a person because my next one, and y'all can say what y'all want. Y'all can talk about me all y'all want to, but if y'all ain't had cable, this was
I
coming
think
in
I already
clutch.
know where you're
Okay,
going with this one.
Arthur.
So I didn't have Arthur on my list, but that was definitely like an honorable mention for me.
Bro, Arthur, bro, DW used to cut up act a fool when he punched DW that one episode
I understood. I
because
stood
he
up
was
and gave.
fed up with her. Bro, I don't even have siblings, but I felt his pain because he
She
was
was
fed
annoying.
up. She played with his little. Whoa, sorry,
Yes,
y'all. It's warm outside in Chicago, and these people is cutting up. But when she was mess with his plane, broke his like model
yep,
airplane,
yep.
and she was like, "I'm sorry." He was just fed up because
I understand
he
that.
had been messing with him the whole episode, bro.
Definitely top
bro.
tier for. And I had cable, and I still, because for real, more people was talking about Arthur. They was talking about, what was it, Jump or
Oh,
Zoom or
zoom,
whatever.
zoom, zoom,
Like they were talking about that more than they were talking about the real shows, because a lot of people didn't have cable back then,
bruh. PBS Kids,
bruh.
amazing. I hated it on Sundays though, because they used to play the church stuff, I think, and I was like,
Oh, but see, no,
this
what
is
was the other show? Cyber Chase. Put
cyber
some
chase. We're
respect.
moving. We beat it. Honorable mention because that was my jam.
No, another we need to just put PBS as this,
Yep.
as this pick, because what was the other one? Dinah, Dragonland. That one.
Dragon Tales. It's almost
Dragon
time
Tail.
for Dragon.
Dragon Tales.
Bro,
What?
they had that bear on there. Was Clifford the Big
Yes.
Red Dog PBS or no?
Yep. Clifford.
Clifford the Big Red
PBS. We
Dog.
just gonna put PBS as honorable mention, because they had some bangers. It was the reason I didn't put PBS on my list is because there were so many bangers on Cartoon Network, Disney, the big three, Nickelodeon. And I know you guys, how y'all feeling about Nickelodeon right now, but we ain't gonna let that drag into the animation land, okay? We're just gonna enjoy the nostalgia right now. So for this is what the eighth pick. Let me see. We're on number 8. My eighth pick is Rocket Power, okay?
Bro, yeah. Love
And
some Rocket Power.
I be seeing people really shitting on Rocket Power, but that I wanted to live there. Like what? I wanted to go to the
Didn't they like
Shake
live
Shack.
on the island or something like that?
Yes, I think it might have been. I don't know what. Let's look and see where they were supposed to be. Like what state that was supposed to be. 'Cause I think it's a real place. Don't let me get to line on here. But I have rewatched Rocket Power so many times as an adult, and I even got my husband to watch it. And getting him to watch anything other than like old history shows, cooking shows is a task in itself. So the fact that I got him to watch old school Rocket Power was amazing. And let's see, it's in California, so it's in Ocean Shores.
Oh,
Is a
okay.
fictional
Yeah,
California
yeah,
place.
yeah. It definitely gave California vibes.
And then sometimes they went to Hawaii a couple times on the show too.
Yeah.
But that show was amazing. The food that they used to eat looked super freaking good. Like, and also for me, I don't know what nationality they were supposed to be, but to me, they gave me, black vibes. And it was cool to see somebody like with your skin tone
Yeah.
on
I think
TV back
the
then.
dude that worked in the Shake Shack, he might have been
He was Hawaiian,
yeah,
like
he was Hawaiian.
Polynesian. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I think the father, they might have all been Polynesian though, because I
I
think
think so. They
that the
all gave the
dad,
same vibe.
yeah, I think the dad was like had a relationship with the dude's sister, and she died, but that's how they all was cool. I think so. But they kind of be real iffy. They don't, for some reason, there's a lot of shows on Nickelodeon and Disney where like the mother is dead. I don't know what that is, but stop killing off these mothers, okay? Kids need their mamas.
But some
But
producer with mommy issues.
definitely, definitely. But my the number 8 pick goes to Rocket Power.
All right, so my last and final pick. I think that I don't know if this was on PBS Kids. I don't think so. I think this was on Nickelodeon. But Doug,
Okay, Doug was a Nickelodeon show. I didn't put Doug
bro,
on my list only because of the rewatchability for me.
bro, I
But
loved me some Doug.
do 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 do
Do, do,
do
do,
do
do.
do do
Him and Patty
do.
Mayonnaise and what was the friend name that was black?
Skeeter.
Eater, bro,
Yeah, he was black. We don't want to hear nothing about that.
bro,
Okay, that
bro.
was his black best friend. Okay, so with my last pick, I have to pick. And this is the number 10. The only reason why I didn't want to pick him early on is because this show came out in 1999, so it was barely on the cusp. And some people, this is going to be a little controversial because people might consider this a 2000 show. But for me, Keetor, I couldn't be me and not put Sponge Bizzle on the
Um,
top list. I couldn't do
bro.
it. Like I was stuck between SpongeBob and Courage the Cowardly Dog. But for me, I have to pick SpongeBob as the number 10 pick.
Honestly, that should have been her number one.
I didn't want to put it as number one because
I
it
know, but
came out so much later.
I'm
But
saying it should have been her number one.
it's one of my all-time favorite shows. Literally, I still watch SpongeBob, and I only watch like the first, like, I'm gonna say 10 to
I
15
was gonna say
seasons
she
because.
don't rewatch it as much anymore. She rewatch a lot of Family Guy, American
So
Dad,
honestly,
Futurama.
I've been hard on Bob's Burgers here recently. Like
Yeah,
the
Bob's Burgers.
rewatchability
But
on Bob's Burgers is top tier.
when we was in
But
college,
SpongeBob has a special place in my heart. Okay, like those earlier seasons, I could probably quote them like literally. And so I'll just give my honorable mention to Courage the Cowardly Dog. Because that's the only one from my list. I did a top 10, and only a couple of my top 10s didn't make it on the actual top 10 list. So I'm going to give an honorable mention to Courage the Cowardly Dog because Return the Slap. I still say that at least once a month.
I gotta put another honorable mention on there of Hey Arnold was
Hey
great.
Arnold was on my list, but I don't know. I don't know. I just couldn't give that one my pick.
Yeah, no,
But
I
Hey
couldn't give
Arnold was
that
pretty
one my
good.
pick, but Hey Arnold Hey Arnold, bro. It was definitely great. A boy
Yeah.
with a football shaped head. Who was
Yeah.
high when they made that show? Okay.
I literally just seen a post of somebody making like a realistic version of what they would look like, and it was disgusting. And I'm very upset with whoever did that because why would y'all ruin my day like that? Like for
Did a
real.
really good job at really fucking up my day.
My day.
And then you
And
said
you
you
said
made
you made
steak.
steak. Nigga,
Nigga,
that was bacon.
banquet.
Salisbury
Salisbury steak.
steak.
You done
You
fed
could have
me a
fed me a
TV dinner,
TV dinner.
mashed potatoes cold as fuck in the middle. Bro,
Maybe
shout
we
out
have to
to
do a 90s like snack ranking because the little banquet with the penguin, ain't that him? Or what was that called?
no, you
The
talk about the kids version meal. The
bruh, that brownie
banquet is
is
the
the
red
red.
box. Yeah, but you talking
That
about
didn't got
the
me
kids
through a few
version.
days. That got me through after school a few times.
But shout out to her. I think her you pronounce her name Secret, I believe. Bruh, shout out to her because I'm pretty sure banquet
They sales and shot up, and I
meals
hope
shot
they
up
reach out to her because
because bro,
the
it's
the
really
times that I
the
sing that song.
But it's really the you did a really good job at really fucking up my day part. That
Bruh, I've
it,
had people that really you be having a good day and then just that one thing happens and it just really just
bro, it hits
messes
for
up the
me every
whole.
single time.
But let's go back through our rankings, and this is not in like ranking best to worst. This is just our top 10 best 90s cartoons. For number one, we got Rugrats, we got All Real Monsters, Recess, Wild Thornberries, Powerpuff Girls, Daria, Arthur, Rocket Power, Doug, and SpongeBob. I think that's a solid list. That's a pretty solid list. Maybe next week we'll do top 2000s cartoons because some of these shows were on the cusp of the 90s.
Yeah, but it all starts to blend together. Cause
Yeah,
two that's starting to get into more Disney,
yeah, there were some really good
the
Disney
more
shows.
like real life shows.
Yeah, we got and I guess we can kind of go into because we got what's old girl who I love, Hilary Duff. That was Hilary Duff, Raven,
What's
like.
the girl? As Told by Ginger was a good cartoon. I don't know when that started though.
Ooh, that was shout out to Macy Gray for that theme
Someone
song.
told me the
The
grass is
grass
much
is much
greener
greener. Did that was
on
90s
the
or was that
other side.
2000s?
I
Let's
don't
look
know.
it
It
up.
didn't come up when I was searching for '90s cartoons. It didn't come up.
That was one of my shows. I have it came out in 2000, so that was on the
Yeah,
cusp. But it did kind of that was such a good show. They had a black villain on the show. I just so
it's
good.
just because a lot of these '90s shows they did end in the '90s, But some of the later '90s shows like bled into the early
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
when
yeah, exactly.
our memory was like really starting to remember stuff. So it's like hard to distinguish like
Yeah.
the show.
And 90s was when we got a little bit more live action teenage dramas. There's so many. I really enjoyed doing the list, so we might do a few more of the list, and we can do top 10 teen dramas. But because I love that era of television, like the Degrassi's. When Manny wore that thong, that blue rhinestone thong to class, you couldn't tell me the next week every girl I knew one wearing thongs.
Bro, we also gonna never forget how Drake, well, after he got shot and
Oh
his penis started working for the first time after.
man, man, no, when JT got stabbed and died, girl, you couldn't tell me that those characters wasn't real. And back in the day, you had to have a special channel to watch Degrassi, so you kind of felt like you was that bitch if your mama had, what was it called? What was the channel called? The End, I think it was called.
Mm.
And that was
I don't
a
know how I
time
was
to be
watching it.
had.
I don't know how I was watching the episode, but I didn't see some episodes. I probably was at somebody else's house watching them.
I think the episodes are now on Tubi. So if you guys want to rewatch it, it's a really good watch. Even the next generation was really good. Super amazing. But if you guys have made it to the shenanigans of the end of the episode, thank you guys so much. Make sure you're following us on all social media platforms at Misguided Misfits Pod. Also, make sure you guys are supporting your girl. Thank you to everybody that showed up to the pop up shop this weekend. It was really great to see the community. It was really fun. I met a lot of cool people. We did pretty good. So if you want to support Bedrock Cosmetics, you can go to bedrockcosmetics.com. Follow us on all social media. I have a pop up coming up on May 11th. So if you're in the Alabama area, make sure you guys are following us so you guys get all the deets. And that's all I have.
And follow my crochet page. Isis puts up a loop. I'm so sorry, y'all. These people outside. But it's on Instagram, Isis pulls up a loop.
And we gonna make her do some really cool stuff because there were so many people with crochets at this pop-up event, and I was just like, I know my bestie got way better stuff. So we gonna make her post some stuff on her social media, guys, because she is so talented and the world should know about it. But as always, thank you guys for listening. We'll see you guys later.
Bye.
Bye.